Isaac Newton stands as a towering figure in the history of science. Born in 1643, this English physicist, mathematician, astronomer, alchemist, and theologian reshaped our understanding of the universe. His contributions were paradigm shifts that laid the foundation for modern physics and influenced generations of scientists. He formulated the laws of motion and universal gravitation, which became the bedrock of classical mechanics. He revolutionized optics, unraveling the nature of light and color. His story is a source of inspiration, reminding us that the human mind, with dedication and imagination, has the power to unravel the most profound mysteries of the universe. Isaac Newton's life began in the humble village of Woolsthorpe, Lincolnshire, England. Born prematurely on Christmas Day, 1642, he was a small and frail child, not expected to survive. His father, also named Isaac, died just 3 months before his birth. Newton's mother, Hannah Ayscough, remarried when he was 3, leaving him in the care of his grandmother. Despite a difficult childhood, Newton showed an early aptitude for learning. He attended the King's School in Grantham, where he excelled in mathematics and displayed a keen interest in mechanical devices. His schoolmaster, recognizing his intellectual potential, persuaded his mother to allow him to return to school and prepare for university. In 1661, at the age of 18, Isaac Newton entered Trinity College, Cambridge. Cambridge at the time was steeped in the traditional Aristotelian view of the universe, but Newton was drawn to the more radical ideas of modern thinkers like Copernicus, Galileo, and Kepler. Newton's notebooks from this period reveal a mind ablaze with questions, filled with diagrams, calculations, and insights that hinted at the groundbreaking discoveries to come. While at Cambridge, Newton came under the tutelage of Isaac Barrow, a gifted mathematician and Lucasian professor of mathematics. Barrow recognized Newton's genius and became a crucial mentor, encouraging his intellectual pursuits. In 1665, the bubonic plague swept through England, forcing universities to close their doors. The period between 1665 and 1667, known as Newton's Annus Mirabilis, or Year of Wonders, witnessed an explosion of creativity seldom seen in the history of science. This era marked a turning point, not just for Newton, but for the entire scientific community. It was during this time, while secluded at Woolsthorpe, that Newton made groundbreaking advancements in calculus, optics, and gravity. His isolation from the plague-ridden cities provided him the solitude needed to delve deep into his thoughts and experiments. He developed the foundations of calculus, a revolutionary new mathematical framework that would become essential for modern science and engineering. This new branch of mathematics allowed for the precise description of changing quantities, laying the groundwork for future scientific breakthroughs. He conducted experiments with prisms, unraveling the nature of light and color. By demonstrating that white light is composed of a spectrum of colors, Newton fundamentally changed our understanding of optics. Legend has it that while observing an apple fall from a tree, Newton had the insight that the same force that pulls the apple to the ground also holds the moon in its orbit around the Earth. This moment of inspiration was pivotal in his thinking about the forces of nature. This simple yet profound observation would lead him to formulate his law of universal gravitation. Newton's law unified the heavens and the earth under a single elegant theory, forever changing our understanding of the universe and laying the foundation for classical mechanics. Section 5. Laws of Motion, Revolutionizing Our Understanding of the Universe. In 1687, Isaac Newton published his magnum opus, Philosophiae Naturalis Principia Mathematica, often referred to simply as the Principia. This groundbreaking work not only changed the course of science, but also laid the groundwork for centuries of scientific inquiry and discovery. This monumental work laid out Newton's laws of motion, forming the foundation of classical mechanics. These laws provided a new framework for understanding the physical world, influencing countless scientific advancements. Newton's 3 laws of motion are deceptively simple, yet profoundly insightful. They describe the relationship between a body and the forces acting upon it, and the body's motion in response to those forces. First, the law of inertia states that an object at rest stays at rest, and an object in motion stays in motion with the same speed and in the same direction unless acted upon by an unbalanced force. This principle explains why a book remains on a table until someone moves it. Second, the law of acceleration tells us that the acceleration of an object is directly proportional to the force applied to it and inversely proportional to its mass. This means that heavier objects require more force to move the same distance as lighter ones. And third, the law of action and reaction states that for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. This principle is evident in everyday life, such as when you push against a wall and the wall pushes back with equal force. Section 6. Unraveling Gravity, the Apple and Beyond. While the story of Newton and the falling apple may be apocryphal, it nevertheless captures the essence of his groundbreaking insight into the nature of gravity. This simple yet profound observation led to a deeper understanding of the forces that govern our world and the cosmos. Newton realized that the force that pulls an apple to the ground is the same force that keeps the moon in orbit around the Earth. This was a revolutionary idea at the time, bridging the gap between terrestrial and celestial mechanics. This realization led him to formulate his law of universal gravitation. Newton's work laid the foundation for classical mechanics, fundamentally changing the way we understand motion and forces. Newton's law of universal gravitation states that every particle in the universe attracts every other particle with a force that is proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between their centers. This elegant equation not only explained the motion of planets but also predicted the behavior of objects on Earth. It provided a unifying framework for understanding the large-scale structure of the universe. Newton's insights paved the way for future scientific discoveries, influencing generations of scientists and shaping our modern view of the cosmos. Section 7. Optics and the Nature of Light, a Spectrum of Discoveries. While Newton's work on gravity is perhaps his most famous achievement, his contributions to optics were equally profound. He conducted groundbreaking experiments with prisms, unraveling the nature of light and color. Newton's experiments with prisms demonstrated that white light is actually a composite of all the colors of the rainbow. He showed that when white light passes through a prism, it is refracted or bent and separated into its component colors, creating a spectrum. Newton's work in optics had a profound impact on our understanding of light and color. Section 8. Alchemy and the Search for Truth, Newton's Hidden Passion. While Isaac Newton is celebrated for his contributions to physics, mathematics, and optics, he also harbored a deep fascination with alchemy. For much of his life, Newton pursued alchemy in secret, devoting countless hours to experiments and studies. For Newton, alchemy was not merely about transforming matter, it was about understanding the fundamental building blocks of the universe. Newton's alchemical studies, while ultimately unsuccessful in achieving their stated goals, nevertheless provided him with valuable insights into chemistry and metallurgy. The discovery of his alchemical manuscripts in the 20th century revealed a hidden dimension to his intellectual life. Section 9. Legacy of a Genius, Newton's Enduring Impact. Isaac Newton's legacy extends far beyond his specific scientific discoveries. He transformed the way we understand the universe and our place within it. His work laid the foundation for modern physics and inspired generations of scientists. Newton's emphasis on observation, experimentation, and mathematical rigor helped establish the scientific method as the gold standard for acquiring knowledge about the natural world. His contributions to calculus, optics, and mechanics continue to be taught in classrooms around the world. Section 10. Beyond the Science, Newton's Personal Life and Struggles. Despite his towering intellect and groundbreaking achievements, Isaac Newton was a complex and often troubled individual. He was known for his reclusive nature, his intense focus on his work, and his sometimes difficult personality. Newton never married and had few close friends. He was prone to bouts of depression and paranoia, fueled in part by his intense rivalries with other scientists. Despite his personal struggles, Newton remained deeply committed to his work. Section 11. Conclusion, Newton's timeless relevance. Isaac Newton's impact on science and the world is immeasurable. His discoveries revolutionized our understanding of the universe, laying the foundation for modern physics and influencing generations of scientists. His emphasis on observation, experimentation, and mathematical rigor helped establish the scientific method as the gold standard for acquiring knowledge about the natural world. Newton's life and work serve as a testament to the power of human curiosity, perseverance, and the relentless pursuit of knowledge. In a world facing unprecedented challenges, Newton's example of intellectual courage and his unwavering belief in the power of reason offer a beacon of hope.